they can watch the slots go round and round at the casinos.
I think that
that's only good if they win.
I think that the fans will stay no matter what. I just don't know if it'll be like it is now, because it's fun when you're winning.
Well, yes, that's all they have right now.
Right, but it's fun to do these pregame celebrations, all that stuff when you're winning.
Oh, of course.
I don't know if I don't know.
Oh, yeah, just like in Nashville. I mean, they have like they have the Winnipeg Jet plane, and they just smash it because obviously they're Smashville. But I want to bring something about
one time.
I want to bring something up about Vegas, where I feel like this is such a draw for free agents now too. I mean, if you're going to be a free agent, I mean, this would be a perfect team to join. It's just like,
but you got to get high character guys.
Oh yeah,
because you don't want to see them going to crazy girls late at night. Don't ask me how I know that's a burlesque show. I don't know the appropriate segue from that.
I've never heard of this. Can you explain?
Off air.
Let me write this down. Hold on.
Off air, I'll tell you. You're listening to Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I am Jacob Valk, your adult entertainment expert.
Eleanor earmuffs.
Yeah, right? Sitting across from me.
She's heard enough.
Oh, man. Today's the day I lose my job.
Put her out of her misery.
Sitting across from me, Dominic Arbolino, Eric Fischetti, Nick Ornberger, and the true hockey maven, Eleanor Chompy. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. So, the Stars hired Jim Montgomery as their head coach. Before this, he was the University of Denver's head coach since 2013. Eleanor, what do you think of the hire?
I am so happy with this hire. I think it is amazing. So I watched a lot of Denver's games over the past couple of years because I'm a huge Troy Terry fan, and they're absolutely amazing. He brought them back-to-back Frozen Four appearances and the 2017 National Championship, and the NHL players that he produced are Troy Terry, Will Butcher, and Danton Heinen, and they're all great. They're going to be great. I think that he's going to be absolutely amazing for the Dallas Stars because he's good with the young guys.
I know that the Rangers liked him in their head coaching search. I know he was a very highly thought of prospect during this head coaching cycle, so I think it's good that Dallas got him.
Yeah, and personally, I think that more college coaches should make the jump over to the NHL because you saw it with Dave Haxel with the Philadelphia Flyers, what he's been able to do with them. He came over from University of North Dakota. I think more coaches from college should.
You're going to be seeing that a lot more.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
One thing I want to bring up real quick is that, I mean, I've said this plenty of times here on Beyond the Game about how I really don't like goalies, not goalies, coaches being just like reworked, almost like, they always get a second chance. I like that they're finally bringing in someone new. I think it's a good idea, and I think it should be done more. I think it's better to take the risk because, I mean, you kind of already know what you're getting out of some of these coaches, which is maybe, Nick isn't crazy about the Fizdale signing.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. I understand with that point where you kind of already know what you're getting sometimes. So it depends.
You want to be able to groom.
It depends on the baggage they bring along.
And also, I think personally, this is what I think. I think that the college system of hockey works better in the NHL than maybe the junior system of hockey. You look at the players that the National Team Development Program for the U.S. has produced and college. I like college better than juniors, and I'm happy that there are college coaches coming in now.
Speaking of juniors, I do like your shirt. We are all Humboldt Broncos.
Yes.
I do like that shirt a lot.
I want to bring up something real quick because I know I don't see it on here. I just want to talk about the draft lottery. If Buffalo does not choose Rasmus Dahlin, they're missing a huge opportunity right there. Because you have the Rasmus connection.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Rasmus Dahlin and Rasmus
I thought you were going to say that the Islanders got screwed over again.
Oh, they did. But I mean, 11 and 12.
Of course they did.
Yeah, Buffalo has to pick him. I already did my 2018 draft, all 31 picks. I'm so excited. The draft is like my baby. I love the draft.
Yeah, what's going on with the Islanders?
Trade up for Dahlin?
No, not a chance.
Not at all.
Darn it. All right.
I don't think so.
What do you have for the Islanders,
wishful thinking,
though?
admittedly.
Let me hold on, Jacob. I brought this up to you yesterday. I'm going to bring it up to Eleanor. So obviously the Islanders had 2 picks back to back. Number 1, do you move them if Tavares stays?
Ooh. I mean, it depends on the player.
If Tavares stays, wouldn't you want to keep them though?
He's saying move them for an elite player, but the issue is
move them.
But the issue is, Eric, I said this yesterday. Give me a player.
Right.
Tell me a player. I'm not saying hypothetically. Please.
No, I mean, I don't know. That depends who is on the market.
I just came up with one. Eric Carlson. Want to move him for Eric Carlson?
I don't know if that'll do it, though.
Wait,
Okay.
I have a question though. Doesn't the draft happens before free agency, right?
Yes.
In the NHL,
Yeah.
so it's kind of hard. You don't technically. I mean, you still have that resign phase, but you don't technically know if you're going to bring them back yet. So that's kind of it's like a.
Well, you can trade the rights of pending unrestricted free agents. The Islanders did it with Halak, Christian Ehrhoff.
That's right.
So it's been kind of hit or miss for him. Speaking of the Islanders, Bill Torrey passed away on Wednesday at the age of 83. If you don't know who he is, then you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. What are your memories of him?
Just basically, he just executed one of the best dynasties in hockey. He just built it from the ground up.
The best dynasty
architect.
in all of hockey.
Yep.
19 straight playoff round victories. That will never happen again. Guy's a legend. Hockey Hall of Famer, 1995. I can't say enough good things about him. I knew he was sick for a while. I knew he was sick at Al Arbor's funeral, but man, this got to me. This really got to me. I have so much respect for Bill Torrey. Oh, to have been alive for those glory Islander years.
Yep.
How not old were you during those years, Jake?
How not old was I? Well, I'm 21 now.
Were you -7, -6?
No, I'm 21 now. The last Stanley Cup the Islanders won was in 83, so I was -14.
Wow.
I have a
Man, oh,
question
man.
for you. I've always all right. We're both Jets and Islander fans, so I want to ask this right now because I've gotten asked this before, and people have been shocked by my answer because obviously I'm such pro
Sure.
Jets. But would you rather live for the 4 straight years for the Islanders for the Cup, or win during the first Jets Super Bowl win?
4 straight years.
Okay.
Just because I want 4 championships as opposed to 1.
Yeah. No, I understand.
But I understand the Jet
You want to see
argument.
4.
Exactly.
Four is better than 1.
Yeah. If
And
you're,
plus, I get to see Gretzky.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true too. Actually, I didn't really factor that one in. But,
That's true.
Gonna
So,
see Joe.
on that note, let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be airing an exclusive interview that I did with Justin Davies at Lodestar Children's Services annual fundraiser. Eric, great job helping me out with that. Again,
Thank
you
you.
should be very proud of yourself. Really fast, I got to tell you about a great show that we have on this station. It's called Lion Tales. It's on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. It's a show committed to sharing the success stories of distinguished Nassau Community College alumni, hosted by Aurora Workman, president of the NCC Alumni Association, and Dr. Linda Nadian, a proud NCC graduate. Justin Davies' interview coming up next on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Hi. I found a toy dinosaur over on the playground by Smith Street. It had this phone number on it, and, well, I just wanted to make sure the dinosaur made it back to its little owner.
Yeah, hi. I think I found your kid's stuffed animal near the swing set. Just want to call. I'm sure she misses it.
I know my son gets super attached to the smallest things, even a fire truck, and I'd be happy to drop it off. The toy was a little muddy, so I cleaned it up, and it's good to go whenever you're around.
When I found the little sippy cup, I just had to give you a call. It's for a kid, you know?
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger and give all of our kids the meals they need to grow. Learn how at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Alexa, can you please do my food shopping today?
Food shopping today added to your shopping list.
Alexa, can you do my math homework for me?
I'm not sure.
Alexa, play WHPC.
Play WHPC.
You can now listen to the voice of Nassau Community College on your Amazon Echo.
Simply say, Alexa, play WHPC.
I am already playing WHPC.
Sorry. So go ahead and buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Yeah, that exists. And while you shop, play WHPC.
Or buy a headband with a mullet hair attached to it.
I refuse to buy a headband with mullet hair attached to it.
Yeah, that exists too. Not sure why. But when you buy it, you can play WHPC.
So So play WHPC on your Amazon device today.
And thanks for listening to 90.3 WHPC.
All right, we're back on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Jacob Valk, and I am fortunate enough to be joined by Justin Davies, former Long Island Duck, who's making a special appearance at Lodestar Children's Services annual fundraiser. Justin, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for taking the time. So, what are your memories of the 1998 MLB draft?
Oh, man. What I can
know
remember,
it was a while ago.
Yeah, it definitely is a while ago. I remember not really thinking I was going to get drafted, especially the first day. There were talks about me getting drafted, but I thought it was going to be to the Mets way later in the draft. And so I decided, unlike a lot of people do on draft day, to sit around the phones or to watch it, that I decided to go to work. And I worked with a couple of guys here. My good friend Jay Abel, one of the board members of Lodestar, and we were there working together. And it was about 6 o'clock, I think, in the evening. And I get a phone call. The phone rings, and we both pick it up. My dad's on the line, so I picked it up, and he's like, "Hey, Justin." I'm like, "Well, what's going on?" He goes, All he could say was 23rd round, Toronto Blue Jays. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, I was going to come up there, but Charlie Aliano, who was the scout of the Blue Jays at the time, he's calling you up there also. And then while he's saying that, Jay has the other line, and he goes, "Hey, this is for you." He says he's some scout from the Blue Jays. I said, okay. So I hang up to my dad. I talked to Charlie, and he's like, "Yeah, Justin, congratulations. We just drafted you in the 23rd round. I'll be by your house tomorrow morning with the contract." I was like, "Oh, okay, awesome." And then, it was awesome because it's surreal. I had stuff burning on the grill, and people waiting in line, and people clapping for me in line. The owner of the place at the time, Jimmy Duray, he was he was standing there, and it was just awesome. It was an awesome time.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, after you're drafted by the Blue Jays, you ended up going to the Long Island Ducks, where you crossed paths with former Generation K member Bill Pulsifer. What were your experiences with him?
Bill is a great guy. He is one of those guys that, he when he's on the field, he's going to give it at all. He's an absolute hilarious. He's a character. Let's put it that way. But when he's in between the lines or he's on that mound, he's going to battle you. If you're going to get a hit off him or if you're going to try and beat him, he's going to fight you with everything he has. And that's the kind of guys that we needed. And that 2014, with Bill Pulsifer and Bill Seamus and Lance Davis, those are some of those guys that's all they did. I mean, they just battled. I mean, they might not have been the best guys. We might not have been the best or the most talented team in the league, but we fought and we had each other's backs, and I think that's what made a difference that year.
Talking to Justin Davies, former Long Island Duck, who's making a special appearance at Lodestar Children's Services annual fundraiser. So, can you lay out for us your experiences with John Rocker? Was he as much of a jerk then as he...
John is just a special guy.
He's a good way of putting it. I like that.
He's just different, and he's not all bad.
Okay, good.
Okay, he's not all bad. He's not what seems. He's one of those guys who kind of tells it like it is, obviously. And
I'm the same way.
He's opinionated, and he's from where he's from. And nothing against the guy. He's just it takes a little. Everyone says that people from New York are hard to deal with.
That is true.
He was a little different. That's all. But he wasn't as bad as a lot of people made him out to be. He was actually, at times he was a really good guy.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So, what's your favorite moment of your baseball career?
Oh, geez, there's so many.
Is there one that stands out?
There's a lot of them when you look at the championship, the one-game playoff in Bridgeport. The 2-game winning base hits, 2 All-Star games. There's the no-hitter that happened. I think hitting my first home run at the stadium was kind of like a memorable one just because of the way it happened. I lost my mother that year.
My condolences.
In June. And then a couple of weeks later, I hit my first home run ever. And this is the thing that's kind of scary. People say that, people don't watch down or they, believe in, and stuff. The same game, the first time ever, the lights went out in the stadium.
Wow.
And we had probably about 10-minute blackout. And it was after I hit my home run, maybe like an inning later or something, the lights just went out.
Wow, that's a sign from God.
And then, then it came back on, and then we continued to play, and they never went out again. So
it's like that scene from The Natural when Robert Redford breaks the lights, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, who was your favorite teammate?
Jason Johnson has to be one of the guys I looked at. Tommy Caputo.
Okay.
Kevin Baez. There were so many guys.